He alone is aware who has wandered wide, and far abroad has fared. How great a mind is guided by him that wealth of wisdom has. Everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to turn 18 of Attica's game Aries, where we are playing Well of Urd, God of Utgard. Let's jump into things. We've got a messenger from Lemuria. Survive this 2v1 against Gath and Midgard. I don't know if this is a broken message or a message in response, or if this is a threat. I'm not, because it could be many different things. I think this is a broken message. Like, I think Lemuria, either was responding to something previously, or was intending to say a bit more, talking about how they are trying to survive this 2v1 against Gath or Midgard, and Midgard. Messenger from Ulm. There's been a change of leadership in Ulm. In the process, some records got destroyed by fire in the Black Library. Please rescind all prior agreements between our nations to avoid political mishaps. Proposals for new agreements are also welcome. So, Ulm has received a new player. And, yeah. Good on them, basically, straight up for subbing. Subs are pretty rough to come by, or can be pretty rough to come by in the community. So I'm always very appreciative whenever someone subs. So another message: Hail! Were there any efforts underway to destroy Lemuria? As fellow neighbors of Lemuria, I ask that we coordinate, or at least leave each other at peace until they are dealt with. Home. Now this is, I don't know if this was another, this is obvious, the first one's a blanket message, right? They sent that to everyone, right? This one, I don't know if this is also a blanket message, or if this was just incorrect message, or to the wrong person, because I do not border Lemuria, right? So, IDK. We have a messenger from Gath. That's a lot of troops in Defaros. It looks like you're going for the throne, but I thought I should check in just in case. Any better idea where you're going after that? And then a message from Gath. Also, if you have Long Dead left after taking that throne, you should grab some of Lemuria's lake. I doubt they can defend it well, and they're getting a lot of income, especially from the easternmost province. I'd do it myself, but I don't have any D-mages in position. Good information. And then messenger from Atlantis. Oh no, my scouts are quite far from Midgard. I see what you mean by turn 20 being too quick. Yeah, right? Okay, so what else do we got going on? We finished Construction 2, onwards to Construction 3. A Gittite commander has claimed the throne of Gaia. Cool. So, we'll check that here in a second. Gunloth has captured 4 blood slaves. We have a little battle in Troll Woods from Ulm, reconquering this province from Indies. That's a bunch of wolves against a bunch of barbarians. Probably gonna go fine for the wolves, though they're probably gonna lose a fair amount of them. Alright, yep. Alright, bunch of unexpected events. Province income plus 10, fantastic. And defense plus 5, but that's in the Desert of the Cliff Dwellers, so that's kind of meh, whatever. But good job on this governor for doing a good job, you know. A group of freethinkers has been banned. They have left the land in search of more pluralistic government, so we lost a little bit of people. Not very many, so that's not a big deal. In the Waywoods, ooh, very nice. Market was held in province. Merchants from far and wide gathered, and there was much commerce. Whole chunk of gold. Very nice. I think that's our first big gold event. So that's cool. Throne of Gaia gives a growth plus 1 across the board. Doesn't really matter for us, but nice. Construction completed and did some patrol. Alright. So, what are we doing? Well, first thing we're going to do is, I do actually kind of want to take that throne, but I'm not going to. I'm not. The throne is a single one-off thing. That's not where I think our best plan lies. Our best plan lies in heading west to Ulm. And I've already taken the liberty of putting together a little bit of scripting, reconstructing the formations for some of this. So we have two Jarls, Jarl 1, Jarl 2. I've kind of equalized their troop command. Each one has a little block of sacreds that they are controlling, and then a kind of an offset double line of Gaudy Huskarls. Then I have my king with a line of undead and giants that probably will break off. I have a bunch of Seaths. What I'm running right now is I'm running 6 slaves and 4 masters. Just kind of trying this out. I haven't done a lot of testing with Seaths, so I do not know what the most efficient route with them is going to be. I'm much more familiar with utilizing Scrotty for situations. But this should probably work relatively fine. We're going to start off with a couple of different buffs, right? We'll do our slave and master setup, right? And then we're going to get Twist Fate, Resist Magic, Personal Regeneration, and Astral Shield going on all the slaves. Not that I think that it's going to matter too terribly much, because hopefully they're going to be far enough back that they are not going to get much of any focus. And then we're going to do 2 little things. We're going to start off with some hordes of skeletons from 2 of our masters, and some mind burning from 2 of the masters. Mostly, and actually I think I'm probably going to change this. I'm probably just going to put it all on mind burn initially, because with such a large army, I just don't think the skeletons are going to do anything initially, right? Like, I think having the 12 odd mind burns is going to be much more effective, right? That's probably 12-ish dead units. And then from there, right, like the horde of skeletons just isn't even probably going to get into melee, right? We'll be adjusting this script back and forth as we do different things, but this is probably just what I'm going to start off with. So, we are moving them all forward into the Ironwood Forest with the intention of jumping onto Copper Woods and popping the crap out of it. So, we're also going to be bringing down Big Goad and Seath 2. Seath 2 is actually probably going to pop off and head to Runia to start site searching there. Big Goad will come in and take Grey Mountains. When we get the whole force over here, right, we have the option of putting some of the force directly on Copper Woods, which we will definitely be doing, but we also have the option of breaking off some of the force and hitting Nirn, which we might do. So, we'll see. What else are we doing? We're going to recruit a scout here, mostly for the purposes of heading into this location. There are no resources in this province, because it's hit by 3 different fortresses. I can't think. Oh, right. We have a crap ton of money, so we're going to immediately start constructing our new location. Gonna keep recruiting here. Gonna get another Scrotty out. And I want to do another round, another solid round. Let me check around. Round. For all of my scout locations, because I want to do another solid round of scouts. Yep. Mercenaries, God's Justice. Okay. Yeah. So, still have 1,400 gold. Gonna do a big old batch of Gaudy Huskarls. Grab a couple of Garm Herdings on top of it. Same thing down here. Well, without the Garm Herdings, of course. So, very nice. And up here as well. So, put that on repeat, and that kind of is gonna... Right, that went through my gold real quick, but that's gonna get us a whole bunch of money, or get us a whole bunch of effective military force out of that. Like in this single turn, we're gonna put together basically another 40 units that we can use to reinforce under somebody, right? So actually, let me pull this guy instead of a scout here. Let's pull another commander here. I do need a couple of these available. We'll pull one here too. For just moving around basic troops or doing other random crap. I think I'm also going to... Do I want to yet? Mass Ritual. Do I want to Twiceborn by Nornas? I'm not sure, actually. I am not sure at all. Very sketchy thing. I think no. I think we go back to reanimating real quick. Let's get another reanimation going. Actually, let's not do reanimate with that. Let's do a revive king with that. So we're gonna get that going, and we're gonna run up. We'll have construction 3 next turn, and then we'll have construction 4. I think 2 turns after that. So we should have construction 4 at turn 21, which means we'll pop off a couple of sanguine dowsing rods, and a couple of other things probably. But those are the ones that I'm going for immediately. Right, sanguine dowsing rods will cause our scrotty to, as long as the unrest and population checks are correct, they will cause our scrotty to never fail a blood hunt, because blood hunts are based off of I think it does a population check first, right? And as long as the population is over 5,000, you're good. And then it does a blood skill check, and one is basically like a 50%, 2 is a 90%, and 3 is you're guaranteed. All right, and then after that, unrest, however much unrest you have, is divided by 4, and that's a % chance of failure. So as long as we have 0 unrest and we're rank 3 blood mage, or count as 3 for blood hunting purposes, which is what the sanguine dowsing rods will do for us, and our population is over 5,000, we will guaranteed be successful on blood hunting every single turn. Now, then there's still the random roll for how many blood slaves you actually get, and we have to be careful in doing these. So, Brithia, Ironwood, right? If we win this war with Ulm, then Ironwood will probably make a decent location to do this at. We don't want to do this in really high income provinces like Debrithia and Land of Plenty, because the bouncing, so the unrest patrolling checks after income, or patrolling functions after income for the purposes of unrest, right? So you'll get your income from a province before you patrol in that province. So if you generate 50 unrest, it doesn't matter if you get rid of that 50 unrest in that turn, you're still getting the reduction. So basically we want to do population over 5,000, but pretty much under like 10,000. Even Lowmark that's a very good province. But that's what happens when you have really good scales. All right, so not a lot else that is going on here. I think we are going to send out Air Force One, right? Yeah, because we don't have the ability to do anything yet. Do I want to? I definitely do not want to. Hell no, I don't want to. I was gonna say, do I want to risk the bag of winds on him to increase his sight searching capabilities? Not really. Nope. Actually, I'm not sure I want to risk his sight searching capabilities, period. After we do construction 4, I might pop up to Thaumaturgy 4 as well. Because I don't mind going up Thaumaturgy on Utgard, because Soulslay is great. Thaumaturgy is kind of the astral tree, right? Getting up to things like Soul Slay or Enslave Mine is really nice. So we can always do that later. So I think I'm probably just going to sit him for now, and once we hit Thom 4, then I'll put the Bag of Winds on him, and I'll just start casting Auspex, because we already make 3 air gems, and Auspex costs 2 air gems, so we're positive, right? I'd even do it if it was neutral. I'd probably even do it if it was negative, honestly. It's just like air is a miscellaneous income for us, so I would rather keep him around rather than run the risk of losing him, because we're not going to get any air, probably not going to get any air anytime soon. So, all right, now we've got to do the long shuffle towards Midgard. Because even though, oh god, there's 4 coming that way? Yeah, there is. I think we'll branch them off a little bit. We have so many, moving around in that direction. I think he's just gonna wait. This guy's definitely coming down, though. I'll put him on the cap for now, actually. My hope here, and I really hate to do this to a person who just subbed in, right? But my hope here is to roll over Ulm very quickly. I think I'm gonna move down here, actually. Let's move over, because then we'll get to see this and this, right? Moving here just shows us this, and we've already seen this. This was independently held, but I don't know if it was previously held by someone, or if it just hadn't gotten taken yet by Ulm or Lemuria, or maybe they had some sort of deal or something. But my assumption is, right, is that Ulm is basically just these provinces. And I can hopefully just roll over them, grab these 2 fortifications, get my Dominion in here, and then have a nice, I mean, kind of long-ish, but have a nice empire with which to figure out what I want to do next. And what is that? Well, let's send some messages. Because the first message is kind of telling. I'm sending it to Lemuria, and I'm going to say, Gath committing so heavily does complicate things. And that's literally all I'm going to say. I'm trying to leave the door open, right? I hate... But, that being said, trying to join into this war now, right? Trying to... It was one thing when Gath was just like, oh, I'm going to nip at the heels. But Gath seems like he's fully committed to Lemuria is a danger, let's get rid of him. Which is understandable. Like, Lemuria is a danger, and we probably should get rid of him. It's just a matter of what are we putting in its place, right? But that being said, me trying to jump on the backside of Midgard when Lemuria is already on the back foot, just means that Midgard can turn on me and have a decently even fight with me, which we don't want, and Gath can just focus on Lemuria, or they can both kind of back off, especially if Lemuria is already hurt, right? And they can both just squelch me in like 5-6 turns. And we absolutely don't want that. So, I'm going to send that message to Lemuria. Hopefully the door stays open. Hopefully they continue fighting well. But there's only so much I can do. Second message, I'm going to send off to Ulm. And this is not a war declaration, but I'm going to say, Hail Ulm. First, thanks for being willing to sub. Not everyone is. Good one, or good on you is what I meant to say. Second, we have no pre-existing agreements or alliances. Midgard and Ulm are currently, or Midgard and Gath are currently attacking Lemuria. So just kind of answering his second question there. But this is the big one, right? Second, we have no pre-existing agreements or alliances. Yeah. So, sending that off. Next message we are going to send off to Gath. We are eyeing the throne. We were eyeing the throne and the pond. Either way, the army is most definitely not intended for your lands. It seems like the war with Lemuria goes well. We are curious about your plans afterwards. Midgard is going to be an imposing opponent. Basically just trying to figure out what's going on with Gath. It might be very well that my one and only chance in this game was to side with Lemuria as soon as possible and try to get rid of Midgard. Because after Lemuria, if Midgard and Gath finish Lemuria, right? After that, it's entirely possible that the next sensible opponent is going to be me. Especially if they've already had an alliance. I'm sandwiched in between them, right? I want that to not be the case. I want Gath to look at me and go, no, Northern brothers, we will stand beside you, right? Against the Elfmen. So, fingers crossed. I don't know that that's gonna happen that way, though. So, we'll see. And then I'm going to send one final message out to Atlantis, and I'm just going to say, oh no, hurry, hurry, we don't want to be dancing alone. Because I don't want to be dancing alone, because I'm sending a crap ton of scouts to Midgard. And if I get there, and I'm the only, like, if I get there, what is this? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11... 12. I'm gonna send 12 scouts to Midgard. And if I get there and there are no Atlanteans dancing, I'm gonna feel really shitty. Because these scouts could be giving me vital information about the war between Midgard and Gath and Lemuria. And instead, they're gonna go dance on Midgard's capital. But you know what? Dominions is about having fun. It's not about trying to... I mean, it can be about whatever you want it to be, right? As long as you're having fun. And in this instance, I think it is probably more fun for me at this moment to be like, oh god, let's have a dance party on Midgard, than it is to I don't know, do anything else. That being said, I've realized a problem. But I've already committed to this. Okay, so I'm gonna follow it through, right? The problem is that this is a blind game. I don't know who any of these people are, right? And Atlantis and I have kind of like agreed to this thing of like taking a screenshot and showing this to like. Oh, so I have no idea how this is going to work out, right? Because we can't contact each other. We can't communicate with each other. All we have is the text messages. And I can't send a screenshot of how many scouts I have on Midgard, right? So I'm not sure how we are going to do this, right? Zoom in really far and take a screenshot of how many scouts I have on Midgard or something like that. I don't know. I might reach out to Attica in PMs and explain the situation to him and see if he has any ideas, right? But we'll see. For now, I think that's probably going to be it for the turn. We are moving towards our goals. I feel kind of rough, right? We have 19 Seath Konas. 10 of them are on the march. This is probably overcommitment. I should probably only be swinging with my Jarls and my King, right? The Mind Burn Communion probably is not required. The Horde of Skeletons backup Communion is probably not required. But I don't think I have the luxury of being wrong about that. If I attack Ulm and he puts up a decent defense, where if I had a Mind Burn spam or if I had a Horde of Skeletons spam scenario, that would have helped me. I think any amount of time, even if I only lose a couple of turns to something, I I think that is a couple of turns that I probably can't afford in this situation. So, that is it for this turn, for turn 18. I will see you all next time. Peace.